Morning, Jay here from I Wander UK, day 50 of the Southwest Coastal Path. Yesterday I got to Abbotsbury and a little bit past. I had a couple of places pinned out, but I didn't quite reach them. To be honest with you, Chisel Beach, the little pebbles on them was like pea gravel. I was walking on that for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it knackered up my tendons big style. Behind me, just there, you can see St Catherine's Chapel, just a little bit south of Abbotsbury, which is quite a nice view. I found a little dip in the ground, I'll show you in a minute, tucked away, but it's cold last night. It's cold now, it's about 2-3 degrees. It's just gone 7 o'clock. I'm packing up at the moment, so I thought I'd just do the intro now, get it over and done with and get on my way, because the air's cold as well. As you can probably tell, I've got my wind cheater on. Today I'm heading towards Weymouth. Weymouth's the aim point today. In the book, it pinpoints Ferry Bridge Weymouth. And I've just had a quick look on the map, and it's probably another couple of 3 miles into Weybridge where I want to get, but we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. It's cloudy. It's a grey cloud blowing in behind me there, which is the direction I'm going. But we'll see how we get on. Some great views from up here. There's probably a better view of the chapel on the hill there. Sorry, going up there. And I came from there, centre of the screen. You can't see much the other side, and you might just be able to see Abbotsbury tucked in there. And this is my view round. Nice little dip, but unfortunately the wind was coming this way. Excuse the mess I am packing up, and I'll be heading out that way. Quick look around. That's where I was tucked in last night. That's where I came from yesterday, centre of screen, and this is where we're going now. There's clouds blow over. This is about half a mile past the swanery. I think they got mute swans there. I didn't take a look in because I was finishing off the end of yesterday, to be honest with you. But look, this mud path through the gorse stiles, but the view up here is great. Hold on a sec to see if we've got a break. There we go. Some farmer busy already. It's turned cold again this morning. I can tell because pulling the pegs out and doing my bootlaces up are two of the things that sort of go last, I think, when I actually realise the dexterity of my fingers are going, so it sort of dropped back again. It's weird because a couple of nights ago it was really warm at night, but it was cold last night and it's cold this morning, and the air's cold as well. But crack on, hopefully be able to keep a pace up in my legs and keep my body warm. I've got a good aim point from here. I can see the big lump on the left hand side of Portland, so centre of screen now, so I know I've got to head that way or that distance, because the other side of there is Ferry Bridge, and that's where I'm initially going. So you don't get to see much of the coast here, or the sea for definite. Well, I can see it in the distance obviously, but I like it. It's a little bit different walking along like a ridge, being able to view all of it. Yeah, I'll have to explore this and see if there's a route down through here. I know there's a ridge line somewhere. This is the bit of area that I identified on my prior planning and research, which would have probably worked out because I could have been on either side of the hedge, and you've got this little thicket of woodland here to protect the wind if it's coming off the sea, which is great. And I'm going to be honest, for my self-confidence to realise that I've sort of identified a good area, but I've been going about 45-50 minutes, and to be honest, I've been yomping. It's cold and trying to get the temperature in my body, so that's cool. That's worked out all right. But I'm not sure if I could have yomped well, I know, no, fact. I couldn't have yomped 45-50 minutes just to that, but it'd probably been another hour and a half. And I've been caught out about 3 times now, maybe 4, where it's been warm during the day, and your body heat, obviously you're burning off calories. You get to the end of the day, I don't know, 5, sometimes 6 o'clock, and either the wind or the air temperature just changes. Combine that with the fact that you've stopped trying to stoke in your fire, so your temperature drops, and I've got the chills where I said like uncontrollable shakes, and I didn't want to do that again last night. I had it the night before at Seatown. About 6:30 the temperature dropped. I got the shivers, and you start becoming incapacitated. That's probably too big a word, but getting that way where you're struggling to put up a tent, you make silly little mistakes, you know, putting it the wrong way around and stuff like that. So I'm happy with the call last night. Yeah, I've added 45-50 minutes onto today at a yomp pace, but it's the way it goes, isn't it? Sun's literally just trying to break through now. Look, this is proper countryside, isn't it? But I'm heading down to that blue stuff in the distance. Just about see a little bit of it there. But yeah, I'm enjoying this walking through the countryside malarkey. As you drop round Wickwood or Wykewood, W-Y-K-E wood, there's the clear finger post sign there for the coastal path. But I'm not sure if I like this arrangement. I've got zapped a couple of times by electric fence when I was a kid messing about. And I'm not sure if I like the idea of playing hopscotch over one, with a rucksack on, with the dew on it. But I suppose that's the game. And just all of a sudden, go through Kissing Gate, and here we are. We're at the edge of Westfleet and Chisel Beach, the other side of there. We're alongside, sorry, that was just my trekking pole I dropped again. So I can actually see blue stuff. Not quite the sea, but almost there. So far this morning, there's been a few little ascents and descents, but no what I would label as lumps. And it's all grassland or like a mud packed track. So it's an easy walk. It's very pleasant to be in the countryside for a bit. And another one of the things the coast path throws is something totally different. So yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm just down onto Westfleet now. But the walk to here is, there's nothing to report. There's a couple of tiny bits of just going up, and that's about it. And then all countryside and views all round. Admittedly can't always see the sea, but it's been good. Nice little woodland tuck-in bit. To be honest with you, there's apart from Chisel Beach and even behind there's plenty of opportunities to wild camp on the strips. I've noticed since Exmouth, when you seem to get to the top of the hills, they're flat, and there are lots of flat and level or almost level bits, so there's lots of options. Just got a whiff, and it took me straight back to being a teenager. As a teenager, to earn some money, I used to work on a farm at weekends and holidays from school. And I'm sure this is mustard. Fairly sure this is mustard, because it's one of those smells I haven't smelt for years and years, but as soon as I smelled it, I thought, oh no, I'm sure I recognise that. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I was just wondering in my head, not wondering. And I'd just like to thank the South West Coast Path Committee. I'll explain a little more. Many moons ago, when they invented the Southwest Coastal Path, they wanted it to be a challenge, and a little bit gnarly here, a little bit easier there, push you to the limits and then ease back. And this particular stretch from Seatown over the lumps and down this shingle beach of Chesil Beach was a little bit too hard. One of the members of the committee said, yeah, make them walk the rest of it. Fortunately for me, there was a nice human being on the committee. He said, no, take them in through Abbotsbury, and I'll tell you what, we're running past a nature reserve as well to give them a bit of a change. So for that person, which obviously got voted through, thank you very much. Just taking 5 minutes to get my wind cheater off. As you can tell, I'm probably on the last one as well. The sun's popped its head out, which is lovely, but unfortunately for me, I have literally no water. I had a cup of tea at 7 o'clock this morning, which is about 3 hours ago. And because I didn't get all the way up to Abbotsbury, I came around the bottom. I didn't miss the coastal path, just didn't go into Abbotsbury as planned. I was planning on going and having a lovely pie and a pint of Guinness. That's what was in my mind, and filling up with water, but didn't. So I need to be careful that my body doesn't overheat. So even though I want to get going, I need to make sure my body doesn't overheat and run away. But I'm not sure when the first opportunity is going to be to get some water. Wish me luck. That last photo, a classic example of how not to wild camp. It's literally on the trail. Sometimes we don't have any other hope, but on the trail, having a bonfire on a nature reserve, and it's 10:30 in the morning when I just walked past. Just not cool. Please don't. Spoil the reputation of hundreds of people that go around wild camping and the tolerance of lots of people that let us do it. Just don't. I'm walking along East Fleet now, still the other side of Fleet Lagoon, but I've got my aim point again, the lump over at Portland. So still haven't got any water yet, but the sun is getting brighter, the sky is clearing. I'm sure it'll work out fine. Fleet Lagoon is vast, and I do mean vast. I've been walking 40-45 minutes from where we dropped out, and that's East Fleet. I think I've tripped into America somewhere where everything's super large, like the beach yesterday, and now this lagoon. To East Fleet campsite, I was going to walk up to the shop and buy a drink or something and ask if I can get some water. With 50 metres inside the campsite, there's a water tap. Rehydrated. Did I say that Fleet Lagoon is massive? Because it is. It's big. It's really big. We dropped down on the coast path. I don't know if that's halfway, but it's East Fleet, and I've been walking alongside for an hour, and I'm going a good stroll pace. It's grass and nice compact mud footpaths with no elevation to gain or lose, and I've been going for a good hour, and I'm still not there yet. But would I rather be doing this than walking on the other side on that gravel any day of the week with 2 rucksacks? To the right of me, you might be able to see, is the top of Golden Cap. No, I'm kidding. It's the firing range at East Fleet. I thought I'd come around this way just to make a little bit of a change. See what it's about as well. This is totally different terrain, totally different landscape. But this reminds me, I used to live in Cornwall for a number of years. And I used to love taking my dogs out on the fens, sometimes out onto the wash. People say, why do you go up there? It's barren, there's nothing up there. But that's the reason, the big skies. especially on days like today. You can see from miles and see the sky changing. It's fiddly a little bit there. You walk past the caravan site with the ranger hut. Just round the corner from that, there's an MOD property. You'll be able to tell straight away. I think about 12-15 foot green fence all the way around the outside that you have to box the square around. Then you come round the road from that and drop down into a tiny little cove. And I think it's a dirt track. It looks like you should maybe go left, but you turn right, walk down to the water's edge, maybe 25-30 metres, and then you have to walk around the side of the lagoon, which is quite muddy, before you pick up the path again. There's a big sign saying this is no coastal pass, and literally 5 metres after that you'll see it. So that's why they call it Ferry Bridge. And that would be Portland, and that's been the lump I've been looking at for the last few hours. Quick spin around the bay. That's obviously Portland. I'd say there's some Navy ships out there. It's white cliff. Look at it bouncing out even on here. Not sure where that would be. I need to find out. I'm looking for the main part of Weymouth, which I think and hoping it'll be on the other side of that headland. Not much further, but we'll find out in a minute. As you head into Weymouth, I think it's a cycle track you follow initially for about 1 kilometre or so. Rodwell, possibly. And then you come out on a little road and you walk up that for a little bit, and then you turn around, and I can't recall the name of this road, but it doesn't even have pavements. It's just got like grass on either side. Really wide as well. Probably 3 metres, but the sizes of the houses, I'm not going to film any because I don't want to be like that, but I've literally gone past one and they've got a exterior double garage with a bit built over the top that's bigger than my whole house. Wow. Definitely explore around the first part of Weymouth as you hit it, the harbour just before this bridge. The shops are much nicer. You walk through town and then you're along the front, but not so many shops. Not like it used to be in its heyday, I guess.